How's it going, everybody? The Seer here, and we have a special weekend blog post video for you guys. We have the Astral team kits. That's right, it's Saturday morning. I just woke up and had to knock this video out, so let's get started on this. Now boarding the Astral plane. Transcend the realm of battlefield defeats with the Astral team. You already met their legendary leader, the Shadow King, so today we're using all of our combined sidekick abilities to summon an overview of how Astral will leave the crater-sized mark on Battleworld and take a telepathic wrecking ball to Alliance War. The Ancient One. A master of the mystic arts, the Ancient One became Earth's foremost guardian against the dark forces by wielding immense powers like the astral projection, time manipulation, and energy constructs. She was the mentor to Doctor Strange and countless others. Her wisdom and strength shaped the future of sorcery, making her legacy one of the most powerful in the mystical realms. Ancient One is the brawler for the Astral team. I was curious who was going to be the brawler since we already have two supports in the game. So this is pretty cool. I wasn't sure if she's going to be brawler or maybe like a protector. So she deals out damage and effects along with providing the team with ability energy. That's pretty cool since it's not a raid team. Her basic peppers foes with bleed, while her special amps up her team by applying 3 counter to herself and all allies. 3 counter is a lot. Jeez. Her ultimate is especially powerful as it is a rebound chain that ends with an attack on the most injured enemy that applies stun and empties that character's speed bar. Jeez, that character just gets locked out or killed. And then applies safeguard to herself and her astral allies. Whenever her or an astral ally crits, she generates ability energy for herself and all astral allies. So that right there tells me we're going to have the majority of this team as raiders, which we already knew that Shadow King was going to be a raider when we looked at his kit. So we need to see who might end up being the striker for the team, it looks like, because usually if there's a team like this, we're going to have 4 raiders and 1 striker. The Ancient One's power increases in Battleworld and Alliance War, particularly her passive, which prevents enemies from gaining taunt when they spawn. On spawn applies safeguard to herself and all allies, and on turn prolongs the duration of all positive effects on herself and all Astra allies. That's a very cool kit, just from the description. So the Ancient One is a hero global mystic brawler with the speed of 122. For the basic, attack the primary target for 200 piercing and apply 2 bleed. On crits, apply an additional 2 bleed to the target. When forced to attack an ally, deals less damage. The ISO attack is going to be doing the same thing. For the special, and I already see right here there's Awakened, so it looks like we're going to have a few Awakened abilities, no Awakened on the basic. So for the special, Serene Devastation. It's a 4/4, this is a turn 1 ability. Flip all positive effects into negative effects on all enemies. Attack all enemies for 200% piercing, plus 5% for each target's max health, and a heal block for 2 turns. That's powerful. This attack gains 50% extra crit damage, so she's definitely 100% a raider. Apply 3 counter to self and all allies, and Battleworld apply speed up for self and all allies. That's the only thing on here that's the Battleworld, so everything else is everywhere. For the Awaken, it's going to do Battleworld and War, so it looks like anytime we're going to see a Awaken ability, just like Shadow King, it's just going to apply it in War as well. For the ultimate, no Awaken ability. It's a 4/6 attack primary for 250% piercing, plus a rebound chain to 3 adjacent for 250% piercing. I love rebound chains as opposed to a regular chain, because if you have like 2 characters adjacent, it just wrecks both of them. Attack the most injured enemy for 250% piercing and apply stun, plus reduce the speed bar by 100%. Apply safeguard to self and all Astra allies. Counterattack breaks this chain. There's no Battleworld tag in here. Passive. Master of the Mystic Arts. On turn, flip heal block on self and all allies. On self and Astra ally crit, generate 1 ability energy for self and all Astra allies. In Battleworld, if this character has 3 or more Astral allies, At the start of any match, enemy characters cannot spawn with taunt. On spawn, apply Safeguard to self and all Astral allies. On turn, prolong the duration of all positive effects by 1, up to a maximum of 3 on self and all Astral allies. So all of this is going to be tagged in the Battle World portion. The Awaken is going to do Battle World and War. So outside basically every game mode, she's going to flip heal block on self and all allies. So this is all allies, not just Astral. And the crit portion is everywhere. So she has a very good hit. I'm pretty impressed with her. So let's check out Emma Frost next. So Emma Frost was once a manipulative member of the Hellfire Club who used her powerful telepathic abilities for personal gain and dominance. After a tragedy involving her students, she shifted her focus and joined the XMen, which, like I mentioned in the previous video, when we found out Emma was joining the team, she's been a hero much, much longer than she's been a villain. So I'm glad we're getting a hero version of her. So I'm curious if she's still going to have her diamond form and how they're going to implement her. So determined to protect and guide young mutants, with her telepathy and ability to transform into organic diamond, Emma balances her sharp edge with a commitment to mutant survival. Emma Frost XMen is a hero support, so that's 3 supports on this team. For Astral, who sustains her allies and teaches enemies a lesson with plenty of mind control attacks. She keeps her Astral allies in the fight with a steady supply of regeneration, defense up, and barrier. Her support goes on the offensive by mind controlling enemies for painful attacks and a powerful ultimate attack that copies and clears negative effects from her allies before passing them onto her target. So that's like the special that she currently has, where it just clears it and puts slow out there. So it looks like that's now going to be an ultimate and throws it back at them. Pretty cool. Emma's Awaken ability strengthen her further in War, where she applies barrier on special ability, while her passive clears Disrupted and applies immunity from herself, Astral allies, and X-Men allies. Just the full X-Men tag. That's awesome. So she is a hero global mutant support X-Men, so flat X-Men tags, so Nightcrawler can work with her. So it looks like we're going to be seeing her with the Extreme X-Men possibly. She has a speed of 111. Her basic is Gleaming Strike. Attack primary target for 270% damage. Apply regeneration for 2 turns and an additional regeneration for 1 turn to the most injured ally or self, and barrier that character for 10% of this character's max health. When forced to attack an ally, it does less damage. So all of them basically have this. So they kind of protect each other in that way. For the ISO attack, it looks like it's going to be doing the same thing. So I could see a striker on her. So that way, if because of the counter attack, she's going to keep popping out the regeneration and getting the barrier out there. So I can see her being a striker. We need to take a look at the rest of the kit to see if there's a lot of AoE damage, where maybe we're just going to forego that and go for the ability energy spam on the team. So special, Dazzling Domination. Energy cost 4/4, so she's going to do this on turn 1. Attack primary target for 250% damage, plus apply ability block for 1 turn and defense down for 2 turns. Mind control the enemy with the highest damage to attack the primary target. The controlled character gains plus 50% damage for this attack. Apply offense down to the controller character. Apply defense down for 2 turns to self and all allies. In Battle World, so this is the only Battle World tag in here. Barrier yourself in all Astral and X-Men allies for 20% of this character's max health. This attack is unavoidable. So that's really cool that in Battle World, she also works with the X-Men tag. That's actually really cool. I like that. So with the Awaken ability, it's going to add the War tag in there. For the ultimate, this is going to be the turn 2 move, Psychic Wrath. Attack primary target for 350% damage, plus 10% of the target's max health. If this character does not have trauma, copy and clear all negative effects except stun. So that includes ability energy. Does this do it to everybody from all Astral and X-Men? So yeah, she can throw the ability block as well. Copy and clear all negative effects from himself to the primary targets. Mind control all enemies adjacent to the primary target to attack the primary target. The controlled characters gain plus 50% damage for this attack. Bury yourself in all allies for 30% of this character's max health. Apply immunity to self in all Astral and XMen. There's nothing in here that says Battle World only, so if this character does not have trauma, copy and clear all negative effects except stun from all Astral. Okay, so I thought this was where she throws it back at them. Copy and clear all negative effects from self to the primary. This is a pretty cool ability. So it's going to attack, do 10% target's max health. If it does not have trauma, copy and clear all negative effects except stun from all Astral and XMen to self. Copy and clear all negative effects from self to the primary. So this is worded kind of weird. Basically, she's going to suck up all the negative effects except, unless she has ability block herself, it's not going to do stun. So that means that she's going to be able to project this back at the enemy because it goes to the primary targets. So yeah, you can throw ability block at them. Passive, sorry for the confusion on that one, just had to read that a few times. Passive, Reformed Queen Brilliant Teacher. On spawn, apply defense up to self and all allies. Bury yourself in all Astral and X-Men allies for 30% of this character's max health. The first time this character or an Astral ally drops below 50% health, clear all negative effects on that character. Barrier that character for 30% of this character's max health. That's everywhere. So this part here is everywhere. So on spawn, defense up, barrier on spawn. The first time Astral ally drops below 50% health, clear all negative effects from that character and barrier them. So that's with the new stats, and it's going to be based on Emma's. You want Emma to be very big. That way that barrier is going to be really thick. In Battle World, whenever this character or an Astral ally or X-Men ally gains disrupted, clear all disrupted and apply immunity to that character. Non-mythic enemies cannot have their speed increased except by positive effects. What? Non-mythic enemies cannot have their speed increased except by positive effects. That's just speed up. That's crazy. So non-mythic, so this doesn't stop Super Scroll, but it would stop other characters from getting their speed increased. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. Okay. I guess that's the opposite of lowering the speed that Emma currently has. They're keeping that, but just making it to where the speed can't increase. Okay. So the passive is going to add the war tag on it. So let's go ahead and check out the updates to Doctor Strange and Moondragon. So Doctor Strange updates. I'm not going to read... Oh, yeah, let's read this. We got time. We've made several updates to Doctor Strange to enhance his role as a powerful support character. The resistance bonus he previously gave himself has now been baked into his base stats. I'm glad they are doing that, where they're just taking those bonuses away and just putting it in the character kit itself, or the stats of the character. And the same goes for the Secret Defender's teammates to ensure no loss of power. That's cool. They gave... So, because people weren't really using Doctor Strange with them, this actually gives a boost to the Secret Defenders with that resistance. That's awesome. Additionally, we've reworked his old charge mechanic into something more exciting. Doctor Strange can now summon Wong when charged. I just did this video yesterday because there's kind of a bug in game to where this is actually live. So that's awesome. He actually is going to keep that summon Wong ability. We've also replaced this the previous moderate heal with a consistent on-turn healing ability that restores plus 5% health for himself and all allies each turn. They did Doctor Strange right. All right. Base stat increase, 218% health, 160% damage, 415% armor. Oh my god. Focus 159, resistance 160. you guys aren't excited for Doctor Strange, something's wrong. This is looking good already. Basic. So he's going to do so the damage is going up by 90%, and it does 3% of the target's max health on his basic. Bury yourself for 5% of that character's max health. When forced to attack an ally, it deals less damage to Astral. So his basic does 3% max damage to the target, plus 260% piercing. It keeps the offense down on them, and he's going to barrier himself for 5%. That's awesome basic. Special, Winds of Wadatum. So same damage, adding a plus 5% for each target's max health. So he attacks everybody and does 5% damage to everybody off their max health. It's unavoidable also and cannot be counterattacked or blocked. So they got rid of the arena portion on there for that. The ultimate, Book of the Veshtanti. So as you see, they just got rid of everything. His ultimate is changed completely. Yes. Clear all negative effects from self and all allies. Revive 2 dead random allies as opposed to just 1 with 65% health. In Battle World, it's going to generate 3 ability energy, apply 2 counter, 2 death proof, and 2 deflect to self and all Astral allies. So this one here does not hit anybody. So we might still want to keep the Raider because of this and how fast they're going to be getting that ability energy. Now, new with Awakened, it's going to add the War Tag in there for the ultimate ability. The passive, we're just going to scroll past this because it looks like it got changed quite a bit. So on turn, fill the speed bar of the ally with the least speed bar by 15%. And remember, this is anybody. It's not just the Astral team. Heal self into all allies for 5% of this character's max health. So on turn, he's healing everybody for 5%. And this is all allies again. Are they trying to make Doctor Strange a plug and play? Yes, please. When a positive effect is applied to an enemy, heal for 5% of this character's max health. Gain 1 deflect up to a maximum of 5. Sorry, my eyes kind of went crazy there for a second. The first time an ally dies, generate 2 ultimate ability energy for this character. When an enemy attacks this character or an ally, gain +1 charge. So this right here, it's basically to help get to his ultimate ability to revive them. So that's cool that he generates 2 when an ally dies. On turn end, if this character has 5 or more charge and does not have a summoned Wong ally, summon Wong. So on the end of his turn, he's going to summon the Wong ally as long as he has 5 charge. And when an ally is attacked is how he's going to get the charges. So in Battle World, the summoned Wong spawns with 2 death proof, safeguard for 2 turns, and 80% speed bars. That's pretty cool. Clear 5 charged on this character, summon Wong ally gains 300% focused. So in Battle World, Wong is going to have extra focus on him. That's really interesting they are putting that on there. Now, for the Awaken ability, again, it's just going to add the war. So Black Cat, Ghost Rider Robbie, Ms. Marvel Harley, and Photon are getting a 50% resist boost. So you might see that those characters, the power level is going to increase because of this right here. So for Moondragon, we've retuned Moondragon by incorporating the resistance and focus bonuses she previously gave herself into her base stats. Remove them from her passive and ensure loss of power applied to. So basically they are giving the focus and resist boost to the Infinity Watch as well. So they're going to be getting that boost. Very cool. The niche charge mechanic was removed and upgraded her basic to always attempt mind control. Awesome. But due to her already strong stats and healing abilities, most of her kit remains unchanged. But look at these stat boost. Oh my goodness. All right, so health, 228%. Damage, 232%. Armor, 192%. Focus, 207. And resistance, 200%. So for basic, attack the primary target for 280% damage. It's going to do a 5% of the target's max health, If there's more than one non-summoned enemy, mind control one non-summoned enemy to attack the primary target. The controlled character gains plus 40% damage for this attack. It's going to apply assist now to one random Phyla-Vel and one random Astral ally. When forced to attack, it's going to deal less damage. The special meditation wave. So the news going to flip immunity on the primary. It's going to add the 5% of the target's max health as well to it. It's going to apply immunity to self and all Infinity Watch and Astral allies. For the old, this is ultimate and Battle World. Apply disrupt for 2 turns. With the Awaken, it's going to add war as well. So that's the only thing for the ultimate. It's just adding in Battle World disrupt for 2 turns, and the Awaken's going to add war to it. All right, for the passive, Psychic Discipline. So when this character or an Infinity Watch ally or Astral ally drops below 50% health, apply +1 evade. And Battle World, when an enemy attacks this character or an Astral ally, bury yourself and all allies for 5% of this character's max health. It's going to gain 30% drain, and Astral allies are going to gain a 30% drain. So the Astral team's going to have drain because of her. That is crazy because they're going to have those new stats and they're all going to be raiders anyway, so they're going to be dealing high damage and they're going to have drain on them. Jeez, okay. New with Awakened. When this character, an Infinity Watch ally or Astral ally drops below 50% health, apply +1 evade, +1 defense up, and +1 deflect to that ally. This is everywhere with that Awakened ability in Battle World and War, so it's going to add War and gain 30% drain. Astral allies gain plus 30% drain. Okay, so this is already here. So I don't think this part is part of the... Yeah, this part here shouldn't be, unless it's adding another 30% drain to make it 60%. I'm going to get clarification on this. If this right here is making it a 60% drain, because if it is that, this Awakened ability is pretty much the most important one outside, probably even over Shadow Kings, because all of Shadow Kings just added War. Having it to where it's going to be a 60% drain is going to be crazy, and this is the Awakened ability to get. All right, so Adam Warlock, Gamora, Nebula, and Phyla-Vel base stats. They are getting a 60% boost to their focus and resistance. This team is going to play the same way, just because Moondragon was usually on the team unless you took her out for the Quicksilver version of it, which is probably going to start happening again. Probably not. That team's just, it's definitely on the bottom end because we have so many teams that's like the Infinity Watch, like Spider Society now. But that is it for this video. I am really excited. These reworks for Doctor Strange is chef's kiss. It's beautiful. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.